things we've thrown. Not the plates or the books, but the tones of our voice. We've built a kingdom out of jagged stones, and now we're sitting here left with no choice. Your silhouette is a ghost in the hall. I'm leaning my head against the cold, damp plaster, waiting for the final curtain to fall on the slow motion, beautiful disaster. 'Cause I'm tired of fighting, I'm tired of the war. I don't even remember what we're screaming for. The rain's coming down like it wants to erase the lines of the anger written on your face. My hands are open, my white flag is high. I've got no more sorries, I'm too drained to cry. Let the storm take the house, let the river run through. I'm just too tired of fighting with you. There's a silence now that's louder than the noise, an empty space where the us used to live. We broke all our promises like they were toys. Now we've got nothing left in our hands to give. I watch the street lights blur through the mist, while the thunder rolls like a heavy regret. Every I love you and every cold kiss is a debt that we're never gonna pay back yet. Yeah, I'm tired of fighting, I'm tired of the war. I don't even remember what we're screaming for. The rain's coming down like it wants to erase the lines of the anger written on your face. My hands are open, my white flag is high. I've got no more sorries, I'm too drained to cry. Let the storm take the house, let the river run through. I'm just too tired of fighting with you. Is this what peace feels like? This hollow, aching quiet after years of the lightning and the soul crushing riot. I'm letting go of the rope. The rain is washing away the hope. No more fighting, no more, just the rain. The shore is a memory I can't quite recall. I'm watching the light from the surface start to fall. The water is salt and the water is cold, like every sad story that's ever been told. I tried to keep treading, I tried to stay dry, but the clouds are too heavy, and so is the sky. Now there's nothing but blue in the front and the back, and the blue is slowly turning to black. And I'm just drifting alone in a sea of tears, counting the
drift sound in the rain becomes muffled. As if the listener has slipped just below the surface, the music becomes ethereal and shimmering with a distorted, slowed down vocal echo.
Is this where the world ends? Is this where I stay? Dissolving in salt while the light fades away. The waves are my blanket, the foam is my bed. With 1,000 I'm sorry still left in my head. kitchen floor, but I don't know what I'm looking for. Just jagged edges and silver dust, the remnants of a sacred trust. The window's crying and so am I. Underneath the charcoal sky, the kettle's whistling a lonely tune in this empty house in the afternoon. One piece for the way you left, one piece for the photograph, one piece for the plans we made that withered in the afternoon shade. They're cutting deep, they're drawing cold, the stories that will stay untold. Now I'm holding fragments of a heart, trying to find where to even start. The rain is blurring all the lines between your ghost and my designs. Every drop is a memory I can't keep, falling while the rest of the city's asleep. think I can do this anymore. Just shards in the rain, washing down the drain. Let the water take the rest. Fragments, nothing left. The keys are on the counter where they don't belong. Like the silence in this room that's grown way too long. I watched you check your watch and then check the door, as if you couldn't stand to be here for 1 minute more. And the sky is leaking gray, turning everything to stone. I'm standing in the hallway, already half alone. You say, take care, but my hands are shaking. You said, be strong, but my heart is breaking. The words are in my throat, but they won't come out. I'm drowning in the quiet, I'm screaming in the doubt. I'm saying goodbye, but I'm not ready to go. I'm watching the end, but the clock is too slow. The rain is a wall between where you are and where I'll stay, washing the us and the we all away. Every forever was just a beautiful lie, and I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready for goodbye. Your umbrella is a black dot moving down the street, while the runner pulls around my tired, frozen feet. I wanna run after you to pull you from the cold, but the story is finished, the secrets are all told. There's a space on the wall where the frame used to hang, a hollow ringing echo of the song that we sang. I'm saying goodbye, but I'm let's find a white page. But I'm still locked in the same wooden cage. The neighbors are planting the seeds for the spring, but I can't remember how the birds used to sing. The world is turning from gray into green, but I'm still living in the spaces between. The frost is melting on the window pane, but inside my chest it's just more of the rain. Every clock in this house has stopped on the hour, like a garden that's forgotten how to produce a flower. And it's a season without you, a year made of glass, watching the shadows and memories pass. The sun is a stranger, the moon is a ghost. I'm losing the version of me I love most. How does the earth keep on spinning around when my entire world is buried under the ground? Yeah, it's just another season, a season without you. I found your old coat in the back of the hall. It still smells like autumn before the great fall. I should probably move it or give it away, but it's the only thing keeping the winter at bay. The light is getting longer, the days are getting warm, but I'm still bracing for the heart of the storm. And it's a season without you, a year made of glass, watching the shadows and their memories pass. The sun is a stranger, the moon is a ghost. I'm losing the version of me I love most. How does the earth keep on spinning around when my entire world is buried under the ground? Yeah, it's just another season, a season without you. They say time is a healer, they say it's a gift, but I'm just a sailor starting to drift. If summer comes knocking, I'm locking the door, 'cause a season without you is a season no more. Just the rain and the empty chair and the smell of you everywhere. I open my eyes, but the ceiling is still that shade of gray. The same ghost is standing in the corner where the light used to stay. I try to move my hands, but they're tied to the sheets in the floor. I can't remember if I've ever seen the sun anymore. The rain is a rhythm that's locking the bolt on the gate. A liquid reminder that I'm always a second too late. I'm running through hallways that stretch like a shadow in June, while the radio's humming a broken and localized
Or am I the poison that's filling the bottomless cup? The thunder is counting the seconds I've spent in the dark, leaving a cold and a permanent kind of a mark.
Yeah, I'm just living a nightmare. Wide awake in the rain. Try to find the exit from the middle of the same old pain. The walls are like paper, the sky is a heavy black shroud. I'm screaming for help, but this silence is getting too loud. It's a loop in the vision, it's a glitch in the beat of the heart. I don't know where the dream ends or where the reality starts. Yeah, I'm just living a nightmare. The rain won't stop, the door is locked, the clock is stuck, the dream is me, living a nightmare. Living a nightmare. I'm walking through rooms, I forgot your name. The dust is settled like a quiet shame. I reach for the light, but the bolt is blown. Just me in this hollow I've come to own. The clock on the wall has nothing to say. It gave up on counting the hours of the day. I look in the mirror, and what do I see? A silhouette where a man used to be. Now I'm living in the shadow of emptiness, wrapped in a shroud of this cold loneliness. The rain on the glass is the only sound of a heart that is buried but hasn't been found. It's the weight in my chest, it's a ghost in my head. The words of the living, the breath of the dead. I'm fading away, I'm lost and I'm lost in the shadow of emptiness. Your coffee cup sits where you left it last, a porcelain relic of a beautiful past. I don't move it now, I don't touch the rim. The light in this hallway is getting so dim. The storm outside is a mirror of me, a relentless dark, and I say that time is a healer of scars, but time is just distance between the stars. And I'm light years away from the warmth of your skin, just a shell of a house with no one within. There's no bandage for a break like this, no medicine in a cold phantom kiss. I'm walking through the grocery store, looking for the person I was before. My skin is whole, my bones are sound, but I'm leaving pieces of me on the ground. It's the invisible ache, the hollow core, the silent slamming of an open door. I check the mirror for a jagged line, but everything looks perfectly fine. But I'm bleeding, bleeding without blood, caught in a slow motion, heart-shaped flood. The rain is the only thing that cries for me, a salt water pours from the edge of the sea. You can't see the wound, you can't see the scar, but I'm leaking out from wherever you are, just bleeding without blood. They ask me how I'm doing and I say I'm okay, while the color of my spirit just washes away. It's a hemorrhage of hope, a vein full of dust, the slow quiet grinding of iron and rust. Every breath is a needle, every word is a thorn. I'm grieving for a version of me never born. And I'm bleeding, bleeding without blood, caught in a slow motion, heart-shaped flood. The rain is the only thing that cries for me, a salt water course from the edge of the sea. You can't see the wound, you can't see the scar, but I'm leaking out from wherever you are, just bleeding without blood. Stitch me up with silence, wrap me in the dark. The fire is gone, but I still feel the spark. It burns like a fever that nobody can feel. Tell me, how do you fix what isn't real? No red on the floor, just ghosts at the door. Rain keeps falling, hide the mess I made. there's no golden glow to put up a fight. The shadows are long and they're filling the hall. Since the day you decided to let the leaves fall, I used to wake up to the heat on my face. Now there's a shivering chill in your place. I'm watching the mercury drop in the glass, waiting for the ghost of the summer to pass. And it's goodbye. Slightly light of the rain, I'm trading the warmth for a permanent stain. The sky is a mirror of what I've become, cold and exhausted and perfectly numb. You were the center, the light, the gold. Now I'm just a story that's grown tired and old, watching the horizon turn heavy and gray as I whisper goodbye to the last of the day. Drowning, the roses are dead, just like the beautiful things that we said. I try to remember the way the air felt before all the promises started to melt. Every raindrop is a minute I lost, trying to calculate all of the cost. The sun is a stranger in a city of stone, and I'm just the king of the dark and alone. And it's goodbye. Guitar melody is joined by a weeping trumpet that plays a slow, mournful sequence. Don't tell me the seasons are supposed to change when everything familiar feels suddenly strange. I'd give up the stars and I'd give up the moon to stop the light from leaving the room so soon. The atmosphere. Goodbye, sunshine. Goodbye, sunshine. like all the promises that we both missed. I'm tracing circles on the foggy glass, watching the ghosts of our summer pass. The scent of your perfume is faint on the air. I turn around quickly, but no one is there. Just the damn carpet and the cold night breeze, whispering secrets through the willow trees. And I'm chased by the shadow of memories, tangled in branches of organelles. The rain keeps on falling, washing the street, but it can't clean the path where our hearts used to meet. Every heartbeat is heavy, every breath is a sigh. Under the weight of a leaf-colored sky, I'm lost in the echo, I'm down on my knees, living in the shadow of memories. There's a photograph hidden in the second drawer of a smile that I don't get to see anymore. The edges are frayed and the colors have bled like the ink in the letters that I never read. I try to forget how your hand felt in mine, but the pain is a vintage, a bitter old wine. The storm is a curtain, it's closing the place. The last of my sunlight is drained away, and I'm chased by the shadow of memories, tangled in branches of garden eaves. The rain keeps on falling, washing the street, but it can't clean the path where our hearts used to meet. Every heartbeat is heavy, every breath is a sigh. Under the weight of a leaf-colored sky, I'm lost in the echo of memories, living in the shadow of memories. I'm a prisoner here in a house made of glass, watching the seasons and the centuries pass. If I could reach out and just touch your ghost, I'd tell you I'm sorry for what I lost most. The shadow remains, it lives in the rain, it calls out my name. It's always the The shadow. The window pane is weeping in the gray, 1,000 tears that wash the light away. I'm standing in the center of the room, wrapped inside this cold and quiet gloom. My lips are moving, but the air is thick. The clock on the wall has lost its tick. I'm shouting at the shadows on the floor, but they don't seem to hear me anymore. It's a silent scream. tapping out a rhythm on the roof, searching for a truth without a proof. I've built these walls so high and made of glass, watching all the happy people pass. I'm reaching out, my fingers touch the cold, a story that'll never quite be told. The mirror shows a ghost I used to know, waiting for the winter winds to blow. It's a silent scream, a hollow sound ringing through the places where I'm found, like a stone that's falling through the deep. The promises I knew I couldn't keep. Oh, can you hear the thunder in my chest? A heart that's never allowed to rest. I'm screaming loud, but nothing leaves my throat. Just another passing tour on a sinking boat. On a sinking boat. If silence is a weapon, then I'm bled by all the words I never should have said. It's a vacuum, it's a void, it's a cage, the final sentence on a ruined page. Hear me, please just hear me. It's a silent scream, a hollow sound ringing through the places where I'm found, like a stone that's falling through the deep. The promises I knew I couldn't keep. Oh, can you hear the thunder in my chest? I'm screaming loud, but there's nothing left, just the rain, just the rain and me. Silent scream. The streetlights flicker in the puddles outside, like every secret I've been trying to hide. I'm standing still while the world rushes by, learning the language of a cloud in the sky. I don't need to speak, I don't need to explain, when my face is already wet from the rain. Is it a storm or is it just me? A small quiet ripple in a vast dark sea. I'm holding my breath so the walls won't hear the heavy descent of a single cold tear. And these are my silent tears, falling in the dark, leaving no trace and leaving no mark, matched by the rhythm of the before the morning turns the gray into gold. Silent, so silent, let it rain until the tears are gone. Coffee's gone cold on the table between us. The space in the room feels 1,000 miles wide. We're looking for words like the ghosts in the corners, but there's nowhere for secrets to hide. Watch a drop trace a path down the window, like a tear that the glass couldn't hold. The air is so heavy with all we aren't saying, and the fire in the heart has gone cold. It's a soundless breath, a quiet goodbye underneath the charcoal sky. No shouting, no slamming, no breaking of plates, just the clicking of locks and the closing of gates. Only the packing a bag and the zipper sounds lonely. I'm folding my hands just to keep them from shaking. We've run out of road and we've run out of Sundays. It's a clean kind of heart that is breaking. The rhythm of rain is the only heartbeat left in this house made of stone. We started together in sunshine and promise, but we're leaving this driveway alone. for you. Don't ask me to stay. The water's already soundless, so soundless.
Sudden, violent burst of rain against glass that stops abruptly. The silence that follows is loud and ringing. A single, high piano note is struck and held until it fades into a low, uncomfortable hum.
I'm sitting in the kitchen where the clock has ceased to tick. The air is getting heavy and the shadows getting thick. I'm listening for a footstep or a whisper or a sigh, but the only thing I hear is the static in the sky. It's a terrifying silence. It's a predatory sound, like the world is holding breath just to see if I'll be found. The rain is just a heartbeat that I'm trying to ignore, while the void is slowly creeping underneath the bedroom door. And it's a terrifying silence, cold and white and wide, with nowhere left to run to and nowhere left to hide. It's screaming in the spaces where your laughter used to be, a hollowed out reflection of a broken part of me. I'd give anything for thunder, I'd give anything for noise, to drown out all the ghosts of all the girls and all the boys. Yeah, it's a terrifying silence, and it's taking all my voice. The objects in the living room are watching while I freeze. The silence is a predator that's brought me to my knees. It's eating up the memories and it's It's a terrifying silence, cold and wide and wide, with nowhere left to run to and nowhere left to hide. It's screaming in the spaces where your laughter used to be, a hollowed out reflection of a broken part of me. I'd give anything for thunder, I'd give anything for noise, to drown out all the ghosts of all the girls and all the boys. Yeah, it's a terrifying silence, and it's taking all my voice. If I scream, will I break it? If I cry, will it crack? Or will it just absorb the sound and never give it back? It's a weight upon the shoulders, it's a hand around the throat, a dark and heavy anchor on a very little boat. Yeah, it's a terrifying silence, cold and wide, with nowhere left to run to and nowhere left to hide. It's screaming in the spaces where your laughter used to be, a hollowed out reflection of a broken part of me. I'd give anything for thunder, I'd give anything for noise, to drown out all the ghosts of all the girls and all the boys. Yeah, it's a terrifying silence, and it's taking all my voice. Don't let it in, it's far too quiet. The rain is gone, the dark is right. Terrifying silence, terrifying silence. The hallway light is leaking through the crack in the door. I'm sitting cross-legged on the cold hardwood floor. My face is aching from the muscles I've been using all day, keeping the shadows and the questions at bay. I told them I was fine, I gave the perfect performance, a master of the lie, a king of the reassurance. But now the audience is gone and the curtains are tied. just keep smiling. Nobody has to know. The rain is falling. Let the feeling go. Smiling in the dark. Smiling in the dark. The streetlights bleed across the wet concrete. 1,000 ghosts moving on tired feet. I'm watching shadows dance upon the wall, waiting for a voice that never seems to call. The rain is whispering secrets I already know about the people who stay and the ones who go. And I'm just a face in a passing train, a temporary shelter from the pouring rain. I reach for a hand and I find only air. The silence is the only thing that's there. But there, it's a made of glass, watching the seasons and the memories pass. There's a chair in the corner where no one sits, a story that's broken in a million bits. The thunder is a drum for a song with no name, and everything is different, but it feels the same. Do you if we're meant to be alone, carving our names into a different stone? If the rain could wash away the things we don't say, would we find a reason to wanna stay in this lonely world where it's getting colder? Walking through a world a million miles away, lonely, so lonely. the living room floor, past the ghosts and the shadows by the kitchen door. The light from the street is a jagged neon blue, searching for the pieces that are left of me and you. The rain is a witness to the mess on the ground. The only thing moving, the only real sound. I'm trying to sweep up the years and the days, but the sharp edges catch in 1,000 different ways. And these are the shards of a heart in the rain, washing the blood from the surface of the pain. Every little splinter is a promise that we made, a silver reflection of a love that had to fade. I'm holding the edges until my fingers start to bleed, looking for the comfort that I no longer need. Just the sound of the water and the dark falling apart over the cold, bright shards of a heart. One fragment is a summer on the northwestern coast. One is a winter where I loved you the most. I try to fit them back, but the shapes have all changed, like a puzzle of a life that's been cruelly rearranged. The thunder is a heavy, dull ache in the chest, putting the ghost of our history to rest. I'm a curator of ruins, a collector of the crack, trying to find the one piece that I can never get back. And these are the shards of a heart in the rain, washing the blood from the surface of the pain. Every little splinter is a promise that we made, a silver reflection of a love that had to fade. I'm holding the edges until my fingers start to bleed, looking for the comfort that I no longer need. Just the sound of the water and the dark falling apart over the cold, bright shards of a heart. Don't tell me it's better. Don't tell me I'm free when there's glass in the marrow of everything I see. The rain can't dissolve what's been hardened by the fire. It just leaves the wreckage and the cold, wet wire. A weeping, shallow sorrow that descends in peaks, mimicking the feeling of sinking. The piano notes become more sparse, sounding like individual raindrops. Yeah, these are the shards of a heart in the rain, washing the blood from the surface of the pain. Every little splinter is a promise that we made, a silver reflection of a love that had to fade. I'm holding the edges until my fingers start to bleed, looking for the comfort that I no longer need. Just the sound of the water and the dark falling apart over the cold, bright shards of a heart. Sweep them away, let the rain fall. Nothing to say, nothing at all. Shards of a heart, shards of a heart. but the glass is getting thin. I can't remember where the edges of my soul begin. The person looking back has a face I used to know, but the features are dissolving in the static and the snow. The rain is a static that's filling up the room, a liquid kind of static, a comfortable gloom. I'm reaching for a memory to hold me to the ground, but the water's rising up and I'm nowhere to be found. And I'm just losing myself, one raindrop at a time, watching the rhythm of the reason in the rhyme. The world is getting louder, but I'm fading out of view, like a photograph that's soaked until the colors turn to blue. I'm a shadow in the doorway, I'm a whisper in the hall, just a temporary stain on a crumbling white wall. Yeah, I'm losing myself, I'm losing it all. The things I used to love are like ghosts inside a box, hidden by the weather and 100 heavy locks. I try to say my name, but the letters feel like stone, a language for a person who was never really known. Is it raining in my spirit? Is it raining in my head? Or am I just a hollow where the light used to be spread? The humidity is heavy and the floorboards start to groan, while I'm turning into nothing in a house I used to own. And I'm just losing myself, one raindrop at a time, watching the rhythm of the reason in the rhyme. The world is getting louder, but I'm fading out of view, like a photograph that's soaked until the colors turn to blue. I'm a shadow in the doorway, I'm a whisper in the hall, just a temporary stain on a crumbling white wall. Yeah, I'm losing myself, I'm losing it all. If I disappear completely, will the rain still hit the roof? Will the silence in the kitchen be the only kind of proof that I was ever standing here? That I ever had a spark before I let the water turn the fire into dark? Nothing but mist, I don't exist, losing myself, losing myself. The walls are leaning in, just a fraction every hour. The air is getting thin, losing all its power. I've counted every pattern on the ceiling and the floor, but I can't remember what I'm even waiting for. The rain is drumming out a warning I can't read, providing every silent scream the oxygen it needs. I'm pacing in a square that's getting smaller by the day, while the colors of the wallpaper are turning into gray. And it's a suffocating room. It's a breathless kind of space where the shadows have a way of memorizing my face. The windows are all bolted and the light is spread too thin. I'm trying to keep the world out, but I've locked the ghost within. Every breath I take feels like it's borrowed from the past, in a house made of echoes that were never meant to last. Just me and the rain and the gathering gloom, trying to find a way to breathe in this suffocating room. The furniture is heavy like it's made of solid lead, holding down the secrets that are screaming in my head. I try to turn the handle, but my fingers lose their grip as the moisture on the glass begins to gather and to drip. Is it raining in the garden? Is it raining in the street? Or is the house just crying from the ceiling to its feet? I'm a prisoner of comfort, I'm a victim of the still, losing every ounce of my direction and my will. And it's a suffocating room. It's a breathless kind of space where the shadows have a way of memorizing my face. The windows are all bolted and the light is spread too thin. I'm trying to keep the world out, but I've locked the ghost within. Every breath I take feels like it's borrowed from the past, in a house made of echoes that were never meant to last. Just me and the rain and the gathering gloom, trying to find a way to breathe in the suffocating room. The ticking clock grows louder and faster, becoming the main beat. The distorted guitar creates a wall of feedback that feels like physical heat. Open up the window, let the thunder break the glass. I'm waiting for the heavy silent ceiling to collapse. Give me something cold, give me something I can feel before the walls and the floor become the only thing that's suffocating room. The walls are close, suffocating room. The keys are on the counter where you left them, next to the coffee cup that's long since gone cold. I told myself I'd find the words to save us, but silence is the only story I've told. The sky turned gray the second that the door clicked, and now the clouds are weeping just for me. I'm tracing the cracks in the ceiling, counting the minutes since you walked away. It's funny how the strongest hearts stop feeling when there's nothing left for either us to say. And this was the final mistake I made, watching the curves of our summer fade. I held on too tight, or I let go too soon. Now I'm just a shadow in an empty room. Let the rain wash the memory of your name, but it can't put out the fire of this shame. I walk the halls and hear your phantom footsteps, a ghost of laughter hiding in the walls. I'm reaching out for things I can't